Bienvenidos a la clase de español. Hoy es lunes, el 14 de septiembre, o es martes, el 15 de septiembre. ¿Por qué? Because some of you might see me on Monday and some of you might see me on Tuesday. You will notice the date is written first in the smallest increment, día, day, mes, month, año, year. So in many other countries, it will be day, month, year. Día, mes, año. Okay, empezamos. Let's begin. La pregunta de asistencia, the attendance question. La pregunta de asistencia. ¿Tienes una palabra de la canción Volveremos a brindar? Do you have a word to share from the song from last class, Volveremos a brindar? So when I call your name, you will share the word. For example, ocho, 8. Now, some of you might have the same thing written, and that is fine. Try to share something new if possible, okay? If you wanted to go back and listen to that song, you would click to view the video here. Canción, song, Volveremos a brindar. Okay, you made a list of 10, up to 10 words. Some of us did get there, that is fine. But some of us have a few to share. Excelente. So I'll always have these slides in there in azul, tarea from last week. Here's a screenshot from your folder from last week, was the student survey. Please take the student survey if you have not already. You will also notice comments from me in feedback. If you go to grades, you will see a 1 for completing the survey, 1 out of 1, and you will see perhaps a comment from me, just something small that I wanted to comment on from learning more about you. So please check that out. I really try to give feedback quickly, and this feedback is more just about you because it's a student survey. Again, in Schoology, you'll go to this week, 14 de septiembre a 18 de septiembre. You're going to have 2 days a week in my class. Día uno, day 1. Here are the access to the slides for today, and here is your assignment for today. Many of you had questions. I am going to answer some of those questions about me. And these questions came from the student survey that you submitted. Okay, I am going to, in class, in Google Meets, respond directly to the class's questions. But in this video, if you need to preview or review, I am choosing sort of 10 of the most common questions and answering them here, okay? Pregunta número 1. What is the process of doing homework? Will we be doing this in Google Meets? Most likely no. Every day you will have, every class, which is every other day, 2 days a week, you will see me. At the end of class, you will be given your homework. Now, you can meet with me during my office hours, which are school-wide for all teachers, on Mondays and Wednesdays from 12:45 to 1:15. Okay? Every Monday and Wednesday from 12:45 to 1:15. You can pop in and ask me any question about your homework, about class. If you wanted a private time to meet with me, then you would email me, linda.jones@spps.org, and you would set up a private time during your asynchronous block, which is typically from 10 to 12 or 1:15 to 3, okay? Okay, número 2, how long have I been teaching? I've been teaching for 19. 19, 10 is, or nueve is 9, 19 years, 19 años. I started at Highland Park Middle School, and here I am, 19 years later. I learned, pregunta número 3, will this be hard? I love that question. It really depends on, for some students, language comes easier than others, just like any subject material or any sport or any discipline. But the more effort you put into it, and the more you can sort of believe that it is possible, because all people can learn languages, then you can start to learn. If you think, I can't learn, I won't try, if you don't try, you won't learn. So you have to try. It's like dribbling a basketball. It is like practicing your scales if you play an instrument. It is like the times tables in math. The more you try, the more effort you put in, the more you get out of it. How did I learn to speak Spanish? I learned in an elementary school, and then just like you are in a middle school. I did not have immersion Spanish. I do not have Spanish-speaking friends, I have Spanish-speaking friends, but I didn't grow up in a Spanish-speaking household. I studied Spanish basically from kindergarten until 12th grade, but really seriously starting in your grades, in 6th and 7th grade through 12th grade, and then I studied it in college. I also spent 1 year in Spain studying at the university in college. I spent 1 year in Guatemala doing human rights work after college, and I spent 1 year in Peru teaching English to Spanish speakers. And that was my most recent experience over 10 years ago. It's been a while because I have 2 young daughters, and now I don't travel as much. Do I grade things fast? Pregunta número 6. Do I grade things fast? I try to get feedback to you on the little participation work that you're doing within 24 hours. And I try to get feedback to you from the weekly Spanish work that you're handing in, the bigger assessments that you're handing in by the end of the week. So I really try to get that feedback to you quickly and have that posted in your grades and feedback. You'll see a lot of feedback from me. Do I offer, número 7, do I offer private Zoom classes? No, I don't. But again, you can work with me on Google Meets in an asynchronous time if you want to set that up with me. Número 8, by the end of the year, how well will I speak Spanish? From the student. Well, I think you will do as well as you can. You're at the beginning, and so you'll probably be able to navigate a simple conversation, and you're laying the foundation of your Spanish. Número 9, what types of tests are there? The different types of tests you will see every quarter are going to be different. There are 4 ways you communicate Spanish: reading, writing, listening, and speaking. So every quarter will be a different one. Quarter 1 could be speaking, quarter 2 could be listening, quarter 3 could be reading, and quarter 4 could be writing. Número 10, am I strict? I'd like to think that I'm strict with how we treat each other in the class, with kindness and respect and humility. I would like to say I'm a little bit less strict with your learning, as far as everyone learns at a different pace, and I want to meet you where you're at and help you improve. Número 11, if I weren't a teacher, what would I be? I would most likely be a nurse or a midwife or a delivery nurse, so working in hospitals helping women deliver babies. So let us continue. What is your Spanish IQ? I want you to sort of reflect on these questions and see in class how would you respond? When is it accurate to call somebody Spanish and when is it not? What is the difference between the label Latino and Hispanic? What is the difference between being a Spanish speaker and being Spanish? Do all Latinos speak Spanish? Why or why not? Why do so many people in North, Central, and South America speak Spanish? And for your tarea, you're going to see tarea as homework. You're going to have a blank map of Spanish-speaking Latin America. And I want you to write in and label that map. I provided a map that is labeled in this assignment, so you can look at the labeled map and write in the blank map. I also provided the pronunciation of each of those countries in Spanish, and I want you to play that and listen to it and repeat after me for each country, so you know that Mexico is actually Mexico. The United States is actually Estados Unidos. Here's the blank map that you will see. Here is a labeled map. Si se puede. You can do this. Hasta luego. See you next class. Adios.